Hello, everyone. Welcome to week 12. This week, we are studying our sixth of 8 diversity issues, physical ability and its relationship to design. Most of us know several people with permanent physical or sensory disabilities. Some are visible, some are not. Perhaps you have a sibling with low vision or a grandparent who has difficulty walking. All of us have experienced physical difficulty of some sort, at least temporarily. Perhaps you sprained an ankle or you couldn't hear after a too loud concert. It can be frustrating to try to navigate environments that have been designed mostly for people without any physical disabilities. And those types of environments do not necessarily face the realities of our everyday world. In the United States, 61 million, or 1 out of every 4 adults, has a disability, according to a new study that was published by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. The most common functional disability type is a mobility limitation, followed by disability in thinking and or memory, that's a cognitive disability, independent living, vision, and self-care. In 2018, which is the most recent year that government data was collected, 6 million, or over 8% of US children were identified as having a disability. But those statistics do not separate out physical and cognitive disabilities. Designers of all sorts have big roles to play in terms of reconceptualizing the relationship between our designed environments and our abilities. We need to design for a wide range of abilities and anticipate consequences that are not necessarily in our spectrum of thinking. For that reason, it is important to have a diverse group participating in the process so that as many needs as possible can be embraced. Designers also need to think about the design of the human body itself and how technology might be changing the very essence of what we think of as human. It is possible that with technologically induced body evolution, the concept of disability might disappear altogether. The ethical and design challenges around this area are enormous, and we need to seriously contemplate the consequences of our actions as we move forward. To that end, the materials for this week provide a rich constellation of the past, present, and future ways of considering physical disability in relation to design. We'll start with a PowerPoint that provides an overview and introduces you to the principles of universal design. Then we will travel to an online exhibit from the Smithsonian. It's just a wonderful exhibit that uses objects, photographs, and other ephemera to trace the history and attitudes about disability in the US. Subsequently, you will read an excellent summary of the history of disability rights in the US. Our focus then moves to the present and the future. First, we'll view a TED Talk by Olivia Arthur in which she discusses the blurring of the body with what we've made to enhance the body. Then we'll view an excellent documentary which is titled Fixed, that features a series of interviews with disability advocates, artists, and researchers with provocative ideas of what it means to be or potentially be fixed by advances in technology. Then, as usual, you will take the quiz and participate in our weekly discussion group. So this week, the discussion asks you to consider the Design a Baby survey that you took a few weeks ago in relation to the materials that are assigned for this module. Before you exit stage left here, I also would like to tell you about the supplemental materials for the week because they will provide you with excellent background material that you might want to use for the discussion question set. There's a short piece from the New York Times about an inexpensive 3D printed prosthetic hand for kids that looks just like a superhero's hand. So all the kids want these hands. There's a short talk by Elise Roy, a disability rights lawyer and design thinker, who contends that her disability actually helps her to think about new ways to design. And then there's a video featuring Hugh Hare, who lost both legs in a climbing accident 30 years ago. But now you may know of him as the head of the MIT Media Lab's biomechatronics group. That's a mouthful, isn't it? He shows technology that can change lives for those with physical disabilities. And then finally, there's a short video on the artist Stellark, who I often show in my courses. Stellark is probably the best known body augmentation artist. And bizarre as he does ask potent questions about the boundaries and possibilities of the human body. From my point of view, Stellark intellectualizes his art better than most artists in this genre, despite his ultra creepy laugh. All right, so we are winding down to the end of the semester, and all of us on the teaching team are really quite impressed with the thoughtfulness of your discussions thus far. Keep up the good work this week. Be good to yourself during these end of the semester weeks, and be good to other people as well. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.